Students, how are you? क्या चल रहा है इन दिनों में? Comics, learning some talent, guitar, drawing, painting. What do you say? Okay, students, I'm launching the poll. Please participate in the poll. Am I audible in the screen properly visible to you or not? Poll में participate करो. Let me change this background यार. Professional वाला लगाते हैं. Please reply. Reply करो students. Technical poll check up में. Am I audible? And is the screen visible to you or not? Reply. Today is a fresh chapter starting. Starting of the fresh chapter starting. ये क्या हो रहा है? Current electricity. Pikachu, you have seen on our Pokemon. What he does, he gives a thunderbolt. How he gives a thunderbolt? Oh, I got evaporated. How he gives a thunderbolt? He gives a thunderbolt in the manner he stores the energy. Actually, it's a capacitor concept. But we can understand, we can start the capacitor now only. Like current electricity, you can start afterwards. But you know, उसमें current का भी आता थोड़ा सा. So people again, you will say, if you just will see something about the chapter, you'll say, oh, ये chapter तो उसका है. So that's why I think let us start current, because some questions are there. When capacitor is included, what happens, current. So we'll start with the current, then we'll include the capacitor, then we'll again combine the current and the capacitors. Okay, step by step we'll proceed. अभी इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक्स अपने आप करना तुम. इलेक्ट्रिक पोटेंशियल थोड़ा बहुत बता दिया, थोड़ा विल सी. If you bring the question, I'll explain you. Otherwise, all the things, and if I'm showing you, giving you the theories here, so it will not work. Okay, ending the poll. Students, keep yourself muted. Be mute. Akshay says reading novels. Okay, write this heading. See, after each slide, I will ask कि the people जो लिख रहे हैं notes, they are making, must I proceed or not? ठीक है? Today one more class was there. यार, issue was this. Okay. अबे don't make noise. Who is this? Who is this boy? Bhavani. Bhavani, don't do this. Keeps the mute or. Okay, introduction. Let us understand the topic of current electricity. What is this current electricity? And what is this? Introduction means what? Let us understand how to go into the depth of this topic. Okay, what you know about the current electricity? Answer me in the chat box. Students, what do you know by the current electricity? Answer me in chat box. Anybody answer? Who can answer here? देखो यार तुम आंसर करते नहीं हो. I'm feeling very boring. Current electricity में what do you know about the current electricity? What do you think? What is current electricity? Okay, let us proceed. See this. Doesn't, it looks good, no? Isn't it good? Very much. Okay, what do you say? What is this happening? Can anybody answer what is happening? अरे अभी तो आंसर करो. इतना इंटरेस्टिंग पिक है यहाँ पे, इतना इंटरेस्टिंग GIF इमेज है. Answer it. What is happening? Yes. So current is coming from the up down, and there is a connection between the earth and the sky via this electricity, and it appears and goes like a flash, something scary. Let us go next. So these are just to understand the things, so that things may go inside our brain so much. If you see this, This is a torch light, flashlight. When I press this button, tichku, tichku, when it goes like this, what is happening? The light glows, then the switch is connected, the circuit is completed. You know the internal mechanism. It's not required for me to explain all the things here. So when you click it, tichku, tichku, on, off, on, off. The light glows, circuit closed, switch is open, circuit breaks. That doesn't glows. What actually is happening inside due to which you're able to see this light? That is current actually. There is something we have studied in the lower classes, the flow of charges. It's due to the flow of charges. The current is constituted, and that current, when passes through the bulb, that tungsten, that filament, heat is generated. That heat is perceived by our eyes as a flash. There are many things inside that, but this is just an overview of the scenario which is I'm providing you, I'm giving you. Okay. Definition. What do you think? What is current electricity? Anybody, students? Current electricity is the continuous flow of electrons in the circuit. Write this thing in your notebook fast. Write this definition and make your definition through this. I'm giving you 2 minutes. Answer me in the chat box. Write this definition in notebook. It's a fresh starting of the chapter. Don't miss it. इसका पिछले chapter से कुछ लेना देना नहीं है. There is nothing a bit in connection with the previous chapters. ठीक है ना? So be very much attentive in this class. This is starting of this class. Write this. Current electricity is a continuous flow of electrons in the circuit. Okay. So my question is this: what happens when there is a continuous flow of electrons? Answer me. I want all the answers. Then I will proceed. What happens when there is a continuous flow of electrons in a circuit? What happens when there is a continuous flow of electrons? What happens? Anybody answer? Okay, charges will flow. Okay. Okay, let me show you a circuit here. Suppose you are having a switch and this is a battery, simple battery, Duracell. Okay. And then I connect a bulb here. Boom, 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 boom. This is some bulb here. When I connect the switch, shoom, plus say minus, the current flows. I'm drawing here, it's like with the brakes, but actually everything is instantaneous. It's in an instant, everything just proceeds, gets forward. So the bulb glows. So basically the electrons ka flow, ka opposite current hota hai, we'll explain all the things, but whatever, the main thing is this, it's due to the current the bulb is glowing, hai na? Electricity is generated, yeah. Let us go next. If you have written this definition. Electric current in conductors. So we got the definition of current, but now we'll understand conductors, which you all know are basically the what? They conduct electricity. We know the basic definition we have studied in the lower class. What are conductors? They conduct electricity. They easily allow the flow of charges through them. They easily allow the flow of charges through them. Okay. Insulators which block will resist. It say no, you're not allowed. You're not allowed to come in this area or zone. I mean, insulator says to the electrons, no, you're not allowed to flow here. Be static there, go away. So these are insulators. Conductor says, come in, come in. They are humble. Okay. So they say, come in, you can come in. So this is what? This they will constitute as current here. Next. So these are learning objectives. At the end of the class, we hope we can complete these things at least. Electric current definitions and a little bit about the electric field in conductors. These two are our goal to complete today at the end of the class. Goals to achieve, objectives. This we'll see in the next classes. Next. Okay, let's proceed. Abhi dekho, write this thing in, dekho, this material which has been provided to you, this is a very high class material. You know, I mean, ये definitions जो भी provide कर रहे हैं आपको slides पे, just note this definitions in your notebook. This definitions are by themselves self-explanatory. If you just read this, you'll get the physical significance through this. So no need of separate notes. ठीक है, तो इसको बहुत ध्यान से लिखना. Electric current is a measure of the amount of electric charge transferred per unit time. ठीक है, अभी just लिखो. We'll explain the things. Next definition, you have to write this. I will show you the animation after this. Write both of the things and then reply in the chat box if you have written. ठीक है, write both of the things and reply in the chat box if you've written. I'm giving you 2 to 3 minutes to write all the points and understand what we have studied in the previous slides. So I will start the animation here and then I'll go with the complete fast flow. Okay, so your time starts now. Write it. Just I'm coming in 2 minutes. Just. Okay, okay, very good, very good. So few have replied here. Let us move next. Students class 12:30 तक ही रखेंगे, ठीक है ना? 15 minutes I'll take a doubt session. 12:30 तक ही class होगा बस. Sorry, 1:30 तक. Tomorrow the class timings will change maybe. 12:45, 15 minutes will take for the doubts. Anybody is having the doubts, some students are having the doubts. So ये definition है electric current का, I hope you have written. Now see this. This is some material of the conductor. ठीक है? We know all the materials in the universe are been treated as like what? Matter. And matter consists of what? Matter consists of atoms and the molecules combinations. And each individual atom, which is a combined में two atoms combine each other, they form molecule. Let us take a smallest unit, atom. So each atom consists of what? Nucleus, protons, neutrons, electrons, and all these things, है ना? So what happens basically? Electrons are circulating the nucleus. Protons are in the nucleus. So there in the conductor is also what? Conductor is a metal, because metals ही तो conductors होते हैं. They conduct that, they allow the flow of charge freely. You remember as I explained your analogy. So then they will be having the positive charges. Assume like this. So these are flowing like this. Okay. Next. These are the negative charges. These are flowing like this. So when we add both the charges, what is happening now? It's electrically neutral. Okay. So assume, so you can go back now, okay, and connect both the things now. You can say like this: if I'm having a neutral metal material, it is having the same amount of positive charges and it is having the number of same amount of negative charges. This is the result of this analogy, so that you must remember this result forever throughout this chapter. I hope it's clear. समझ में आया? yes or no? कहना क्या चाहता है? कहना ये चाहता है कि number of electrons is basically equals to the number of protons, number of positive charge carriers. Now through this, the definition of current is given to you. It says, if I take any cross-section area, the number of charges which are passing through that area gives you the value of the current at a particular time. I'm asking, saying this. Okay. You will see the term, next term is current density. Abhi ke liye current denna, charge upon time is current, right? Like this. So suppose if I take a cross-section area and del Q amount of charge passes through this and delta T time, this gives me the current average value. Remember, current average value is equals to del Q by del T. If I just want in a dt time, in an instantaneous seconds, in a few seconds, if I want the charge closed, I will write dq by dt current. Okay. SI unit of current is given as ampere. Write this thing, ampere. It's what? Column charge का क्या होता है? Column per second is nothing but what? Ampere. Column per second is what? Nothing but ampere. Okay. I hope it's clear. Write these things in your notebook. Very good if you've written. Okay. Okay, let us proceed. This question, students, use that formula which is just given to you and solve this. We know the current average ka value kya hota, or just current in a particular time T2 to T1 they're asking. You'll say charge crossing upon T2 minus T1, or you can write it as del Q by del T. If they say about the instantaneous current, we'll say like this dq by dt here. This is the instantaneous current. Okay. So the question is, find the current in the wire now. This is your question, students. Solve this, students. देखो values तो put करनी है इसमें. This is for you, so that you can solve it, and it's like a class practice illustration. Okay. देखो, if you not solve, I'll not proceed, because very easy question यार, कुछ भी नहीं है. 2 millimeter long wire they've given. Millimeter मतलब you can convert in meter also if you want. So we'll say 2 into 10 minus 3 meter का long wire दिया है. Long cross section of a wire. So they say 2 millimeter long cross section of wire is 2 millimeter मतलब इतना distance, very much little bit, and it's isolated मतलब it's isolated from the surroundings. 20 coulomb charge is determined to pass through it in 40 seconds. Now you may be confused कि 2 millimeter का क्या sense है? What's the use of 2 millimeter here? You can write the answers 20 upon 40, you'll get the answer if you think, but you must be having a kind of worry in your mind ki yaar, why this 2 millimeter is given. It's confusing us. It's like creating a dilemma in dilemma in our minds, and like very much confusing. So let's see. We know current is charge per unit time. So you will laugh. Current क्या है? 2 millimeter कहाँ है? A new question starts. What does it mean? It means when they're saying you that 2 millimeter long cross section of the wire, it means suppose you took a small piece of the wire, you keep it, and there's a charge is crossing through it. It means that like some, it means this, let me tell you. Suppose you're having a DA area, it means this. Okay. Because what I have given you the definition of current, average current, I given you this. Suppose you're having a wire of length L. उसपे कोई DA area, if you see cross section, just a cross section part, if you cut this wire, check, and you just see the cross section part, the charge amount which is crossing this in a particular time delta t, उसको जब divide करते हैं, this gives you the current value average. अब 2 millimeter is nothing but like a DA only, no? 2 into 10 minus 3 कितना होता है? If you see it, it's 0.002 meter. ये क्या है? What is this length? Scale में भी नहीं आता ये तो. In our geometry box, वो भी centimeters का होता है. 1 centimeter, 2 centimeters, है ना? It's very less. So it's like a DA only. So that's why we are directly using this formula Q by T. I hope it's clear. Reply in the chat box and note down this question in your notebook. It's a simple illustration. Proceed next. I'm going next. Okay. Very good. देखो 77 स्टूडेंट्स है और 19 स्टूडेंट्स आ रहे हैं. व्हाट्स दिस यार? किसी भी क्लास में नहीं आ रहे हो तुम लोग. लाइक सम स्टूडेंट्स आर नॉट कमिंग इन सम क्लासेस. Concept test. Class illustration completed. Now it's time to go for the concept test. ठीक है? This you have to solve. Your time starts now. Boom. Solve this question yourself. I've closed the video. Solve this yourself. I'm giving you 4 to 5 minutes for this. देखो अपना दिमाग लगाओ. If you not use your mind, how it will work? Otherwise, it will always spoon feeding in the exams, the questions. Even if you go through the theory, you may feel confidence before the test, but that will be like an illusion for you. You have to solve it yourself. Then only you will feel confidence. The real one, the practical, genuine thing. Okay. To solve this, your time starts already. Has started. 4 minutes remaining. You have solved or not? Solve it. Okay. See, it says 10-6 protons are moving forward direction, same number electron backward direction through cross section. अरे बहुत simple answer है. Just apply this. Use your brain and apply. You will get the answer. ओके, लेट अस सॉल्व इट, है ना? देखो, नहीं हुआ। चलो सॉल्व करें। लेट अस से दिस क्रॉस सेक्शन एरिया लिया, same number of protons are crossing the number of electrons are crossing back to them. अरे it's same. Current क्या होता है? You know this thing. Current is in the direction of the protons opposite to the direction of the motion of the electrons. If I say like this, electrons are crossing a particular section area, neutralize it रहेगा ना, तो we'll say opposite to that protons are also crossing. So simple है, you use the values. If you see this, net current passing through this will be what? Net charges, because the definition क्या था? That if you take a, hold on, if you take a cross section of a conductor area A, the total amount of charge, the total definition was this, the total amount of charge, the total amount of charge crossing that surface area in a given interval of time or at a time gives you the current at that instant. ठीक है? So इसमें total क्या है? Positive charges crossing, negative charges crossing. 10 into 6 is the number of protons. अगर 10 into 6 number of protons है, एक प्रोटॉन पे कितना चार्ज होता है? पॉजिटिव 1.6 10 minus 6 19 कूलम. एक इलेक्ट्रॉन पे कितना चार्ज होता है? नेगेटिव 1.6 10 minus 19 कूलम. So total charge is what? Number of, if number of protons are there, number of electrons will be same. Neutralized metal, na, conductor. So number of charges, if you add them, this will be what? 10 into 6 multiply by this all number of charges, and the time is this much. This will give you the current value. Current is this, students. Okay. 3.2 10 minus 11 ampere is the current. 3.2 10 minus 11 ampere is the current. अब यू में भी थिंकिंग कि ये तो जीरो हो जाना, जीरो नहीं होगा. चार्ज अपोजिट नेचर का है. 1.6 10 minus 19 कॉलम है, और ये भी माइनस 1.6 10 minus 19 कॉलम है. टोटल अमाउंट ऑफ चार्ज मतलब Q2 minus Q1, because delta Q बोला है ना, delta Q upon delta T. I have told the average current is there for a particular interval. So I will say this gives you answer Q2 minus Q1 T2 minus T1. तो बस. Okay, next. कोई इशू होगा इस क्वेश्चन में, यू कैन रिप्लाई मी इन द चैट बॉक्स और व्हाट्सएप पे. दिस क्वेश्चन स्टूडेंट्स, दिस गिव्स यू द, देखो टू इक्वेशंस मैंने बताया है. वन इक्वेशन गिवन टू इज द करंट इक्वेशन व्हिच गिव्स द आंसर एज एवरेज करंट, चार्ज क्रॉसिंग का अमाउंट, नेट. देखो किधर से जा रहा है, उधर से जा रहा है, टोटल चार्जेस का सम ही होगा ना, न्यूट्रलाइज थोड़ी करना है उसको. del T. Instantaneous current is something which is a current at a particular instant passing through the area, dq by dt. ठीक है, कैपिटल Q by T. अब ये इक्वेशन दे रखा है, फाइंड द आंसर. Shazan has like entered the class or what? Let me see how many students are there. Okay, this is instantaneous current. ठीक है, Q is 2t square plus 3. Very good, Vikas. Current is 2t square plus 3. ठीक. Instantaneous current is what? Differentiate Q equation, which is a function of time. Since you can see Q is a function of time, इसको differentiate करेंगे with respect to t, you will get the current value. ये कितना है? ये 4t है. अब इसको क्या करना है? This is the value of the instantaneous current now. They're asking at time equals to 2 seconds, क्या होगा? 8 ampere. Let us check the answer. हमारा है 8. बस आंसर फिनिश, राइट आंसर. Yatin, why you have texted 11? यार 8 as answer. It's easy. I hope it's clear. ठीक है students, I hope it is clear. चलो next. Now we'll see electric field in conductors. देखो, this is some conductor having the length L. ठीक है? These are the charges flowing in that. This is the current value. This is the electric field. What is our topic if you see? Just not the topic first. Then we'll see this thing. Hold on. This topic को note करो. I think you haven't noted it down. If noted, please reply in the chat box. Simply, if I'm going fast, then again you may miss the points. We have studied the electric field in electrostatics. ठीक है? Suppose we're having a charge plus Q and charge minus Q. In the vicinity of charge Q, there is some field in which if you keep some other charge, it shows attraction or repulsion depends upon the nature of this charge. Also that charge. Electric field lines are something like this. Okay, and this is a negative charge. Suppose this is a positive line charge given here. So electric field intensity will be what? It will be from here to here. दोनों तरफ positive, I think like this. This is electric field intensity. Okay, and if suppose the line charge is negative, so electric field intensity will be what? It will be towards inside, okay? Because you know electric field intensity, I mean electric field lines goes towards the linear charge and it comes towards from the what? Positive charge. It comes from the positive charge. Now we'll understand electric field in conductors. Let me erase all these things. देखो, this is a part of a conductor, cylindrical conductor one. देखो wires देखा ना, wires. अब wires मैं आपको कहाँ से दिखाऊं? We are having a lot of wires here actually. Let me show you. देखो ये wire है. This wire. ठीक है? If I cut it from here, cut, I'll get a piece cylindrical like this, which is on your screen, drawn, printed picture. Okay. Abhi, if I connect this piece of wire via some source like this is the length of the wire. Now, if I connect a voltage through this, voltage means battery. You know this thing. If there is a circuit, the wires, the battery, the bulb, if the circuit is complete, it's switch on, it's not break, bulb will glow. Like what happens if I replace that bulb with a piece of some conducting wire having some other nature than other wires which are used as for a connection, used as a connection? So this is a battery. This is some length of a wire. This is conducting wire. Don't worry. 1:30 तक है, 15 minutes doubt session. Anybody having the doubt? I'm present here. So अब जब battery conduct किया है, the circuit is not breaked, it's switched on, everything is perfect, it's working. So positive voltage, negative voltage, current passes through this. Boom, 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 boom. ठीक? This is negative. So current goes from the positive to the negative. But if this is positive, this must also be positive terminal. This end of the wire must be negative terminal. So it's like the positive charge source density and a negative charge source density. Think like this for understanding. So electric field will be from where to where? Positive to negative. If we see this, electric field is like this. Okay? So write this point. Direction of current is in the direction of electric field. Write this thing fast. As according to this scenario, write this thing in your notebook. Direction of current is in the direction of the electric field. Direction of the current is in the direction of the electric field. Write this down, students. If you have written, please reply in the chat box. At 1:30, I will launch the NPS. Okay, na? Don't leave the class. Wrote. Rakshas is wrote. Okay, good. Now see. If you see the left-hand side pic, current flows in the direction of the applied electric field, or in the direction of the flow of positive charges. But if you see the right-hand side picture, no changes. Just negative charges motion is shown in the same left-hand side picture. So you will see the current flows opposite to the direction of the flow of negative charges. Write this point in your notebook. This is important. So when in a conductor, remember I'm writing, you can write these points, okay? When, I will not write this here. When in a conductor, the current flows from a particular direction to the particular direction. Remember, there are both the charges which are flowing in that conductor. That is, positive charges will also flow in that, and the negative charges will also flow in that. You have to think like this. Otherwise, in the applications, you will get stuck. This is how it works. Think like this. There is a conductor. The positive charges will also flow through the conductor, and the negative charges passing through any particular cross-section area will also flow. So if through a particular cross-section area at any time t, 10 positive charges are flowing with the direction of the current. This you must remember. The direction of the current is in the direction of the positive charges flow. So through that same cross-section area at a particular time t, same number of negative charges will cross in the opposite direction to the current or positive charges. Simple. Right? All these things which I've told to you and whatever you have studied, understood in your own words in your notebook now. And proceed and reply me in the chat box to proceed next. If you have any doubt in this, then also you can reply and ask in the class. I'm waiting for your replies, okay? I'm waiting for your replies. So our goal is achieved. We told electric current ka thoda sa somehow. This was the goal, no? Let us see. Goal was home screen is where? Yeah. Where is the home screen? Yeah. Electric field in conductors में थोड़ा सा देखना था, so that we have achieved. Okay. So let us go back now. We were at slide number. Yes. Up to here, if you've written, please reply in the chat box. Okay. Now understand. So this will give you the relation between electric field. Yeah. Hold on. So see, just focus on any of the pictures. I'm focusing here. Okay. So don't create unnecessary noise in the class. Who is speaking? Zan, what are you doing? I'm going to launch the poll. Just wait 7 minutes. Just write this equation and then it's over. देखो अगर इस यहाँ पे if you fix a battery, potential difference is plus minus V. So यहाँ पे remember this is the way. Here also the potential difference. You know the potential. You know the difference. If you don't know the potential and differences, I'll be explaining this again in the last 15 minutes. Okay. So this is minus. Here also the potential difference across the conductor will be plus minus. Potential difference is something which creates a, see, take it to be like an analogy. Okay. Suppose you are having a pipe, cylindrical pipe. Okay. And if you are having water in this, if I create a high pressure here, P2, and a low pressure here, P1, okay, and both of these outlets are open, inlet and outlet is open. So what do you think, where the water will flow? Can anybody answer? If P2 is greater than P1 and this pipe is filled with some fluid, water you can say, and the pressure difference is such that P2 is greater than P1 and the inlet and the outlet is open. So answer me where this fluid, the material, I mean the water will flow. It will flow, it's 100% sure. The water will flow like this. Same is the concept of potential difference. Use this analogy for understanding as a physical significance. That if you're having a conductor like this, okay, and if you create a potential difference V1, V2, where V1 minus V2 is equals to V, such that V1 is greater than V2. तभी तो V positive है, ठीक है? Then we can say the charges will flow like this. Which charges? Positive charges will flow like this, such that water analogy मतलब current will be going in this direction. ठीक है? Use this analogy. Negative को याद रखना है at the back कि वो negative is against the flow of the current, that is the positive charge. Now V1 minus V2 is the potential difference, ठीक है? Due to which current is flowing like this. We will write like this. V1 V2 is now a new equation, that is E into L. So if you are having the L length conductor and potential difference across this piece of conductor is V1 minus V2, such that the potential is positive and current is going in this direction. Charges are going in this direction, positive, negative is opposite to it. And the electric field is, we know it's from positive to negative. So relation between the potential difference, electric field and the length of the conductor is given. This all you must be taking, you must take it as like what? Magnitude. Okay? I hope it's clear. Write this thing in your notebook, students. 5 more minutes. So what's the relation is? Relation is this. E is equals to V by L. This relation, remember. E is equals to V by L, or more easy to remember is this. Electric field into the length of the piece of the conductor across which the potential difference is can be connected with this equation. Remember this formula. It's more easy to remember this. Use all the things, E, V, L in magnitude. Okay? I hope it's clear. Yes or no? Yes or no? 4 minutes. Have you written this thing? I'm going for the next slide. 4 more minutes. I've explained the potential difference now, students. Analogy, if the person who has understood this analogy can compare with that, and the potential difference concept you can remember easily. But still, after the NPS at 1:30, I'll be here in the class for the doubts. Any doubts from the physics, complete physics will be entertained. Okay. I'm going next. चलो, वही तो आंसर पहले दे दिया. No issues. Or I am doing hurry. What was the thing? Okay, you think again and answer it. This can be wrong also. So when electron in a resistor flows from A to B, then the potential difference is how? Suppose resistor hai. Resistor, we'll understand in the further slides. There are some circuit elements. There are the circuit elements. We have the resistor as a circuit element. We'll understand. We'll have the capacitor as a circuit element. We'll talk about this also. Inductor in the further chapter. So this complete 12th class starts from the charge. Then we arrive at the motion of the charges, that is current. Then we go for the then we go with the I mean, in between there is the storage of the charge, that is capacitor, but we'll include it afterwards. But whatever, charges, uska storage, capacitance, capacitor, then flow of the charge is current, then resistor, inductor, electromagnetic induction, semiconductors, everything is connected with the charges, centered at charges. The basic is charge. Okay. And what is 11th? 11th is the natural laws, motion, rest, rotation, circular, fluid motion, vibrational motion, SHM. All the things are, very much symmetric. If we take it like a story, starting from the 11th, everything goes on very smooth. But we must have patience, and we must be passionate to study this subject. Okay. Chalo, batao kya hoga? If electrons in the resistor go from A to B, suppose electrons, not the positive charges, electrons, and we studied in the previous slide what? Against the current. So electrons are going like this. So carrying a potential from A to B is what? What must be the scenario? If electron is going like this, electron always move opposite to the direction of, very good, Raksha says A. Electron always move opposite to the direction of, it can be wrong, maybe your answer, okay. Always move opposite direction of current. And current is always in the direction of positive charges. And current always flows from, analogy, water always flows from higher potential. If you piston mein agar water loge, in Holi we have pichkari. Piston is the smaller version of Pichkari without the syringe, I mean, injection. Okay, if you take a holy Pichkari, if you're doing like this, boom, what happens? The water flows out. What is actually happening? Pressure is generated at the behind point. Okay, or you can say like this: if you are at this point, pressure at the back end is very much greater than the pressure at the front end. So that pressure difference generates such a kind of force in that key the water comes out because there is an outlet for that. है ना? Very simple है यार ये. So we'll say if the current is flowing like this using the water analogy, VB must be greater than VA. VB must be greater than VA because current is flowing from here to here. ठीक है? Simple है यार. VB has to be greater. How the current will flow then? So they say the solution is what? Same at both. If it is same at both, when the electrons flow from A to B, then potential is what? This answer is wrong, student. Actually, ये नहीं हो सकता. How it can happen? Think like this: electron, इसमें current flow direction दिखाया है. So if current is flowing, it shows that this must be connected via some potential source. Potential source will be this, where this is plus, this is negative, such that this is VB, this is VB minus VA is V. Only if there is a potential difference, then only the current will generate. No. So the current will pass through like this. Okay. And when the current is passing, direction from which the current passes is higher potential and it goes to the lower potential. Okay, there are two options as B. I haven't seen that. This B is not the answer, students. Time is up. Oh, slide was hanged. This B is not the answer. Very good. Who's the person who texted me this thing? Shazan, thank you so much for texting BR2. I haven't seen that. I got confused. Greater at B. Okay? Simple. Answer is B. So today, students, you have cleared the concept of charges ka flow, what in a cross section, the total amount of charge crossing creates current, instantaneous current, and potential difference. Completed. Okay? So students, now I'm launching the NPS for all of you. Please participate in the NPS. Slowly we'll proceed. Okay? And now I'll be here for you people up to 1:45 if you're having any doubt. If none of the students are here, I'll end the meeting. Okay? Please participate in the NPS. Please give your contribution here. Because if you give the feedback, it's very good for us. Yes. Yes. Very good. Okay. By the way, what do people are doing these days? All the day, 11th class students you are. You know, see, keep the balance. Sara din bhi mat, it's good if you're studying. If you're passionate, if it's gone, if you're enjoying your study, that's very good. But if you're feeling something, one day I'm studying full and other day the schedule is break, don't do this. This will not work. किसी भी exam it will not work. Whether you're giving NDA, CDS, whether you're preparing for, it will not work. Okay, one more student is remaining. Then the NPS gets finished. 11 number student, it's me, I think so. Because I am using my mic here. Always. Okay, nice. So students, it's time to end the poll. Thank you so much for participation.
Okay.
Okay. If anybody is facing any doubt, you can ask me in the class now, okay? No issues. If anybody is facing any doubt, can ask me in the class. Answer it, students. If anybody is facing any doubt, please reply in the chat box. If you want any concepts to be explained. Okay, Shazan, bye-bye. Okay, I'm stopping the recording here. Bye-bye, everyone. YouTube students, bye.